Time. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to regale you with a tale. We all have stories from our childhood.
Can we go back?
To where?
Regale.
So we all have stories from our childhood, and many of us, we all grow up and we get to a point where we just know we're grown. And we know we're ready to go out into the world and do our own thing.
Before you are.
We know we're ready. We know we're ready. And there's just no turning back. There's nothing that anyone can tell us that we're not ready to go out into the world. And when life is...
Oh, you're losing one.
When life is harsh... I'm sorry. When life is harsh and family doesn't treat you right, it's time to go. This is a story where I decided it was time to go.
Okay.
So... one day, I'm at home, and for whatever reason, things were not running smoothly. Things were not going my way. And I recall expressing my frustration, but it was unheard.
How old were you?
I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
I was ready. All I knew was I was ready to be a man. I'm ready to be a man, so it's time to step out into the world.
You ain't gonna tell me I was bad.
And so, after this dispute that I had with my mom, I was saying, you know what? It's time.
Right.
It's time. I'm in my room, looking at all the most important things I need. And
Star Wars.
Started to pack my suitcase. I had my suitcase and I'm packing it up. And it was a durable piece of luggage. It had survived many moves from all the moving that we did that by that point in my life. And so I figured, let me just pack my most important stuff. I'm not being taken seriously here. It's time to go. So I pack up and I make sure I had everything. And my suitcase is packed. I zip it shut. And I keep recalling the moment. It's like, how someone would tell me I can't have cookies when it's time for me to have cookies. So I'm down the stairs and I'm huffing and puffing. And I look back one last time. I was like, no, it's time. So I'm getting flashbacks of how the hell do you leave this neighborhood? And I'm trying to remember. It's like, there's a trolley. There's a trolley that leaves this neighborhood. So I make my way down the steps. And that's a feat in itself when you're only like 3 years old. So I'm like, all right, I got my suitcase. I got all the toys I need.
When he said he had to zip up his suitcase, that was a clue.
So I got my toys in my suitcase. I'm down the stairs. I got a landmark. I said, all right, I know this corner. The trolley stops here. There's no turning back for me. I'm a man. I'm going to make my own way. I can't get cookies when I want cookies. It's time to go. So I'm down the street, and I get to the bus stop, and I greet the other passengers. You know, they're sitting there, and they're looking at me, and they nod. I'm like, okay, you know. They pay me no mind, so I figured people mind their own business, polite. The bus pulls up, the doors open up, and I'm like, here's my moment. And before I can step foot onto this trolley, I'm snatched up, manhandled, as if I had zero rights to leave. And everyone's looking like, what the heck is going on? And there's Mom right there, pulled me back from the trolley. And she's got this bewildered look, and like, you were really leaving? I was thinking to myself, did you not take me seriously?
Oh my goodness. Part of the other side of that story.
Go ahead.
The other side of that story. Mark had to be like maybe this big.
So from Mom's perspective, I've heard her defend this egregious act. From her perspective, she's thinking like, he ain't going to do it. He ain't going to do it.
Mark,
He don't know how to do it.
He don't know how to do it.
Mark's like, Mommy, can I have more cookies? I'm like, sweetie pie, no. You had enough cookies. But, no buts. You had dinner, you had cookies, nothing else. I go into the kitchen. Next thing I know, I see this little kid, one step at a time, coming down the steps with a suitcase in hand. Now we had double doors leading out. So he goes into the vestibule. I'm like, okay, he's going to stop there. He's just waiting for me to stop him, right? He goes out. He goes down the stairs outside. And so I'm like, okay, let me just see how far he's going to take this. So you have to walk to the corner, go around the corner to the next block to catch the trolley. So I'm ducking behind cars, hoping that he won't turn around and see me, and I'm following him just to see how far. And I didn't know he knew his way around the corner.
You could have got arrested. Ducking behind cars, following some little kid.
Exactly.
Then finally, I get to the bus stop, and there's a corner store there. So he's standing amongst all these adults waiting for the trolley. I'm like, why isn't nobody noticing this little kid?
I'm a little kid, like, and I'm very mature.
So,
Back for a road trip. And nobody said nothing.
so I stand in the background against the store wall, right? And I'm watching all these adults waiting for this trolley, and here's this little kid standing waiting for the trolley. Well, now the trolley pulls up, and everybody's walking up, getting on the trolley. Mart decides he's going to walk up too, and that's when he got snatched. I'm like, what do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm running away. I was like, no, you're not.
There you go.
That's y'all looking at.
You get on to get off, kid. You get on you're wrong.
So there you have it. That's the story of pure determination.
That
And
is
when you
awesome.
just know you're an adult.
And that, I have to add, is why y'all, unlike every other group, even me and Bill, well, we got ours later. Early in life, y'all got the gremlins. Because we were hearing stories, we were like, this ain't normal.